And here we are. Here we are. So, I took a little bit of time off from streaming. Partly intentional, partly not intentional. Friday nights, I always paint miniatures on Friday nights. And I'm not bad. I can feather. I can push a brush around. But it doesn't make for great streaming. I don't have a setup for it, really. I've tried using this area here, and I've got a camera here, and I've got a camera up there. But this is my computer area, you know, not great for paints. So I'm going to fix that at some point, and we'll stream on Friday nights too. Friday nights for now is always me away from camera. I should fix that at some point. But anyway. Then Saturday, actually, playing Call of Cthulhu. And it was a good game. It was a good game. Actually, it was Cthulhu Invictus, Roman Cthulhu. And that was also a good game. I was running. And I want to also stream that. Stream our game sessions. But again, different area of the house. We've got tables and stuff set up. And it's like, I can't use these cameras for that, right? So I gotta get another camera set up. And so I'm kind of vacillating on this. So Saturday, no stream. Then I'm knackered on Sunday. Didn't stream. Because basically by the time I got my ass out of bed, by the time I got breakfast, by the time I got back to the house, it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon or something. So I was like, I'm too tired, but good. So I didn't stream. So I've had a few days off, so no more excuses. Now that said, tonight and Tuesday, streaming. Wednesday, go to ReaperCon. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm at ReaperCon. So Wednesday, I don't think I will be streaming because I'll be in the air. But maybe we'll stream a little bit in the afternoon, depending. Maybe I'll do the ReaperCon pizza party, you know. And then maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'll try to figure out some streaming from my tablet, maybe a little bit. Just to show you little bits of segments of the convention itself. People seem to have an interest in it. So we might do a little bit of that, just to stay in touch with each other. Then next Monday will be the first full mapping. So that's kind of the plan. Now, that said, tonight, let's just talk about tonight. So what you see on the screen is Rikadon. Rikadon? Rikadon? Rikadon. And this is for Zagora Games. They asked me to just put the pause button on Locatoy. That one was going really, really well, but they actually want to roll this product out at the beginning of next month, at the beginning of September, October. I think they want to have this printed and everything. So this is a bit of a rush job. Hold on everything, draw this one. Now this was already drawn. I'm actually going to bring this layer up. And that's what you're seeing behind me. This is already done. It's not a bad looking map. But they want me to do my version of it. So that's what we're doing. Alright. So let's get ourselves into this. Enough gabbing. More talk, Finn. I think we spoke a little bit the last time about building types and my style of drawing buildings and how that would apply to a map of this scale. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. So one thing we spoke about was if there are bridges crossing the river, there's going to be some kind of settlements near those bridges, you know? Either there's a major thoroughfare, or there's actually just, let's just do this. There we go, that's better. Or, so major thoroughfare. Major thoroughfare could be because of trade, etc. outside farms coming in, and there's a river in the way, so you've got to do something about that. Build a bridge. Natural area of traffic from other places. But if it's none of those things are true, at least in my humble opinion, then there has to be another reason why there's a bloody bridge here. And I think this map needs buildings either side to give a sense that there's a lot of potential foot traffic, right? Because otherwise I don't think they'd go to the expense. Especially because this place has 3 bridges. 3 bridges to me kind of gives me a sense that there's a lot of traffic, right? There's a lot of traffic on this bridge because you can't be asked walking down the stream to the next bridge. So we got to make it feel like there's a good reason for there to be a bridge here. And I'm going to do that. By putting in more buildings. Additionally, I think we said that this town is meant to have about 3,000 people in it. And the way that this looks right now, it doesn't feel like 3,000, so having a little extra by way of buildings would be a good thing. Right. Really? Is this what we're doing? Right. What have we got here? Brian! Hello! How are you, Brian? It's good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. How is life treating you? Life is treating you bad. Oh no. Oh no. I wish I hadn't asked. What's going on? If I may ask. Kidney stones. Oh, they can be a killer, man. I watched Deadwood. I watched Swearingen. I watched his suffering. I'm sorry, man. I will admit, though, that I was dreading that you saying, like, maybe you got fired from your job or something like that. I mean, at least with kidney stones, you can get that shit resolved, right? I'm sorry. I've watched enough people suffering with kidney stones to know that it is no freaking joke. Now, I believe what we said we were going to do with this, because we want it to feel denser, is actually add more villas up around this area where I'm working right now, and we're going to, but right now I just want to get the core town done, so I'm going to swoop towards the west here. Man, I'm sorry. So, I mean, have you got it resolved now? Are you like in recovery? What's the scoop? Or is this still ongoing and like you're talking to me and you're in pain? Brian says, went to the ER on Saturday. Dude, I'm so sorry. I have a temp fix that involves a tube in your back. Holy shit, man. Fuck, Brian. Fuck. I'm floored right now. I am literally floored. And is this out of nowhere? I mean, have you got like a little bit of a history of this or something? Where did this shit come from? Did you just like wake up and pow? Fucking kidney stone from hell? I'm just blown away, man. I am seriously blown away right now. But it literally just feels like only like a few days ago, you and I were like hanging out on Twitch somewhere, and everything was right as rain, and then suddenly, pow, my old mucker Brian shot in the back, so to speak. I'm floored. I'm just literally floored. Phantom Jen is in the house. Hi, Phantom Jen. I haven't seen you in like, it feels like months. Hold on a minute. And wait, you literally just found out that you have one kidney. How do you... What? 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 And this clearly is something that you didn't know about. What? Good to see you, Phantom Jen. By the way, it wasn't unnoticed, Phantom Jen, in the email you sent me with Jack and my password. Appropriate. Appropriate. That's all I'm going to say, gal. Appropriate. Thank you for all of your help, Phantom Jen, recently. Very, very, very much appreciated. Totally took a load off. Totally took a load off. When I meet your boss, I'll let him know. Yeah, Brian, that's just bizarre, man. That's just bizarre. Oh, by the way, here's a 50 caliber like round to your back. Like, how does that feel? And by the way, you've only got one kidney? What the fuck? Phantom Jen says, yes, I haven't been home this month, just lurking in the shadows. Be sure to pre-order your breakfast sandwich. Oh, for the plane? Oh. Is that what you're talking about? Because if that's what you're talking about, I'll make sure that Jack gets on that. Because, yeah, that time in the morning, that's what we're going to need. And zombies here. Oh my god, the crowd is in the place. Zombie. Dude, that's a good reference right there. Yeah, I know, right? So Brian, when you got this like kidney stone, were you literally in a tub of like ice somewhere? Did you wake up? And that's what this was going on? Because if so, Zombie's got a point. I think that explains a lot. Yeah, that's what this place is missing. This place is missing a proper harbour. That's what this is missing. That's what would make this place feel larger. That's what we're going to add. Well, Brian, I gotta be honest with you, man. If there'd been any amount of things that someone said, Brian's going to get into the chat tonight, he's just going to drop a bomb. I gotta be honest with you, that's what you've just said would be one of the last things I ever would have come up with. Especially the, oh, by the way, you've only got one kidney. That's just freaking bizarre. Alright, we need like a little path coming through here, don't we? To here. Alright, and our buildings are either side of that. Well, Brian, I hope you get that shit solved soon, man. I really do. That's just some grade A kooky shit right there. I consider myself to be so blessed in so many ways that I have not had to ever go through such an ordeal. Well, except that one time where I, like, tore my ligaments off my arm. That was, like, not pleasurable, but you know what I mean. Brian says, yeah, 10 years of military service in 2 different branches, all kinds of medical screenings. No one notices a missing freaking kidney. Honestly, that's the weirdest part of that. That you've gone your entire life, and like you say, all of that military screening, and no one noticed that you were missing a kidney. It's like, what? I gotta be honest with you, I don't think I actually know the difference between a gallstone and a kidney stone. I mean, maybe I shouldn't, but up until Zombie saying that, you know, it didn't even really sort of twig that they're 2 different things. Let's do our courtyard. Let's do a courtyard here. You know, we talked about doing courtyards in these Mediterranean style places. I think there should be a courtyard here with some stairs coming up the back here. And a fountain in the center. Little seats around the fountain. There we go. There we go. Brian says, these may not be able to be removed. Have to wait for consult. I see, Zombie. I see. Okay, so one like is gallbladder, one's kidney, obviously, and then it's just like either way something's built up. So, Brian, I mean, they could go in with lasers and shit, right? Break them up that way, or can they like inject like some like goop into you to make you like a super soldier? I mean, you see, so this is the right idea right here. get a little fountain in here. The problem with this, and I think the problem with this original map, why there's something maybe a little bit off with it, is this area here should be all flagged, right? This is a little courtyard, and there should be buildings around it. There should be something. It doesn't feel lived in, right? So we're gonna fix that now. I'm gonna keep the fountain there, the waterfall. No, am I though? Am I? No. No, I'm not. Because one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do more buildings up here. And we're gonna do buildings here to make this bridge relevant. So I think we'll do it like another courtyard. Like over here somewhere. That's what we're gonna do. Alright. Zombie, you've got a lot of knowledge on this. As far as I know, the common way to deal with kidney stones is an ultrasonic pulse. Right, it literally wasn't that long ago that, like, you and I were chatting face to face, and now I'm hearing, like, fucking surgeries, multiple surgeries. Like, what the hell happened, man? That's just so... And it comes out of nowhere. That's just so bizarre. My brain is genuinely broken right now. Alright, I am going to, I think... we're gonna bring this road out a little bit here. Which basically means that we're gonna occupy these sides of the streets here. That's what we're gonna do. But at the same time, I think we're gonna thin it out a little bit. This side of the town is not like a metropolis, so the other side is a little bit thicker, right? So I'm gonna peter them out. Well, in saying that, so this whole bridge like thing here, like why would they have a bridge when they've got another bridge here? Anyone that wants to get to like the either like the amphitheater from this side, or they want to get to like this thing from like the other side. I mean, they just use this bridge right here. Like it's literally, you know, right next to it. Which means for this bridge to have purpose, there has to be foot traffic here. There just has to be. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna thicken up the buildings on this side. Just check the scale of this. Yeah, that looks not bad. Zombie says, sounds good, Brian. Sometimes things get weird between the two, but sounds better when you're both working together. Whoops. Well, Brian, you certainly win the what the fuck for this evening, my friend. Right, we've got a bridge, we've got a road, and that road is going somewhere. Yeah, big temple up there. So Brian says, man, that morphine didn't do anything for me until they relieved the pressure when they put in that tube. And I'd love to know what's going on inside you right now. That just sounds so fucked up, dude. The human body, man. It's like, for as wondrous as the human body is, it's so freaking fragile. It's so easy to, like, just tip that balance and, like, everything just shuts down. Oh, that's right. We're not doing a water, a pond, a fountain. We're not doing that. You know what this needs, actually? Censoring that a little bit. Zombie says, human body and military food equals hell. Take your pick of all of the problems down the road. Oh, really? Military food does that? Does it create, like, impurities or some such shit in the body that just build up? or kind of causes like liver and fucking other functions just to like, well, actually in Brian's case to disappear, right? That's the problem, Brian. Apparently, military food evaporated one of your kidneys. Brian says, by cooking, Afghanistan was the worst. He was the worst at everything, not just cooking. Alright, give it. You can't say that without giving us some examples now. Story time. Story time. Come on, Brian. Give us some stories. You know that I love you vets. You know that I do. But I'm never gonna be a vet. Maybe I was in a former life, so I gotta live through you guys. You gotta give me the stories. I'm gonna peter these buildings out a little bit. I'm gonna kind of like come down here, just a couple, but like fade them out. Alright, so Zombie says probably couldn't even hit the broadside of a barn on the rifle range. And then Brian's like, forget the rifle range, he couldn't find the charging handle on the 50. Alright. He sounds like he was a great hire. Awesome. Alright, baby boy. You letting everyone know that you're here? Yeah. Alright, let's peter it out. Let's peter it out this way. I feel like this area needs something, you know, a little something something. zoom out. Let's get a sense for this. It's not the way I'd normally do this shit, but it's coming together. I think if we can get here and here to kind of filter out a little bit naturally, we'll be in good shape. Part of that is probably this map needs farms. I think that's part of what's missing here. I mean, it does have some. You can see them over in the northeast. I kind of feel like it needs just a few more. I think that will help with the petering out. You've got this concentration of buildings that kind of just filters into the countryside a little bit. Yeah, so for that actual note, let's actually come over here. Because my comment earlier was there's no harbour here. And there needs to be. I don't think we need to go cray-cray. But you can't just put in big, huge piers and say docks. It doesn't work that way. So we're gonna make more of a man-made structure here. Angel! Angel! Mwah. Welcome, Angel. And Trusty Sword is back. Trusty, good to have you here again, my friend. Good to have you. Zombie! Fork's sake, back to the topical medical stuff. Journeyman just mentioned something about his surgery, and the use of equivalent to take an ice cream scoop. Wait, to his balls? What? What? Wait. Angel, you missed nothing. Why did you miss nothing? Because I didn't stream yesterday. I ran Call of Cthulhu on Saturday. And you know what it's like when you're like performing all day. I just got tired, girl. So the following day is like Zombie Day. And so by the time I actually got going yesterday, I was buggered. I didn't want to stream. I didn't want to do anything. So I did that. Nothing. And Angel, I don't know if you've gathered, but I will not be streaming on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday because I'm going to be at Rikadon, but I'm going to actually stream parts of Rikadon. So in a way I'm streaming, but I'm not map streaming. And today, Angel, you've missed. Brian has got like a serious kidney stone, like serious, like super boost. And Zombie Dance Team Leader is talking about his balls and an ice cream scoop. I'm not quite sure why, but we all know at this point what Zombie is like. And Trusty Sword, who I haven't seen in like easily a month, I think, is here. So yay, Trusty. So between the balls and the ice cream scoop and... Oops, I keep doing that tonight. let's get rid of that. There we go. Yeah, between the balls and the ice cream scoop and like tubes out of Brian's back as he attempts to actually experiment with cyberpunk. I don't think you missed much else. I'm doing it again. Holy balls, I keep doing that. I think my keyboard's in the wrong position. That feels a little bit more plausible. That feels a little bit more plausible. A little bit more of a working area. Angel's been busy as a little bee, getting organised. Did the Ripperger collection yesterday. Today I'm working on the movie collection. Why do people feel the need to discuss boy parts and bodily functions on your channel? I don't think it's my channel. And I don't even think it's a discussion thing. I think just like guys like talking about bodily parts. And let's face it, you've seen my Facebook wall. I'm chopping up people and being violent all of the time. So maybe that's why people talk about the ice cream scoop and their balls. I don't like that. I don't like that. We're gonna get rid of that. I mean, shit, Angel, you've seen Cave Geek. You've seen his wall. Come join me while I burn my flesh and rub my bone on it or something. I think it's a boy thing. Nope, not happening, not happening. Let's try this instead. Yeah, that'll work, that's better. Brian, ReaperCon is this weekend, my friend. I fly out on Wednesday. And so it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday this weekend. I didn't know that you were entertaining going, Brian. Biff Tannen can take a long walk up a short pier. You saw me join these piers the other day, right, Angel? You were around for the discussion about how impossibly large the original ones were. Alright, that looks nice. I think that looks a little bit more plausible. I don't know. Phantom Jen says, how many suitcases are you bringing for the all the miniatures? Yeah, I am bringing one suitcase, Phantom. And if I buy too many, I will ship them back. No, but seriously, I mean, I backed the first Bones that Ripper did, and A, I don't like plastic too much, but B, there was just so many minis that I actually started giving them away. I mean, I've got a lot of minis, but it was too many. It was just like minis just for fucking miniature's sake. Now that said, specialist pieces, if I see some nice choice pieces, damn right I'm gonna buy some, but they better be metal ones, maybe resin. Right, it's Denton, right? What, about 40 minutes from Dallas Fort Worth or something? Angel says, Thomas F. Wilson, who played Biff, actually a nice guy, came to her church. But you weren't there for the event, okay. Trusty Sword says, speaking of cons, Lovecraft Fest. I actually kind of want to do that in October. That's my plan. That's my plan. I haven't bought tickets or anything. I don't know if it's that type of thing, but I do want to make it. I am indeed wanting to go. Yes. Trusty, you thinking about doing it yourself? Angel says, I'm doing a Halloween movie marathon. So, interesting thing, Angel. You like movies and everything, so I think you'll like this. Normally, on Halloween, Jack and I do 2 horror movies at night. And we go downstairs to where we've got a little media room. And we'll have one seriously horror film. And then we'll have a stupid one after it, like, you know, some kind of zombie flick. Just so you can not be too scared after, right? So you watch the horror one, you're scared as shit, then you watch the fun one, and it kind of makes you feel okay, now you can go to bed. That's been our tradition for a few years now, and unfortunately we're going to miss it this year because I'm going to be at Gamehole Con doing Halloween there. So we're thinking about doing it when we get back, kind of a post-Halloween scary movie night. So I could totally respect you doing like a little bit of a scary movie marathon. I think that's a cool idea. Trusty Sword says, I also just got back from Dragonflight. Auction had a bunch of Napoleonic miniatures. Thought of me. Oh man, that sounds good. Tickets and housing for Lovecraft already obtained. Wife and I, business partner, his wife tradition. Nice, nice. Maybe I'll get to see you there, right? Alright, so Trusty Sword, you said what size is my historic mini sizes at? I assume you're talking scale. I have 28s and 15s. I have a naval that is smaller, but I can't tell you what the scale is. But I basically have 15mm ancient Greeks, 15mm Celts and Romans, early Imperial, 25mm 28s, Romans, Germanics, Dacians, Brits, yeah, yada 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 yada, and Napoleonics for days, thousands upon thousands of Napoleonics in 28s. And then fantasy wise, 28s. Like I have a whole bunch of Call of Cthulhu miniatures, 28s. I didn't know that you had a little bit of a Lovecraft Fest thing going on. That's kind of cool. I have been in Portland 14 years and never gone. Can you believe that shit? It's like, who am I? That's fine. Trusty, oh, don't do that to me, man, because now I want them. I would have bought them. I would have bought them. I need more miniatures like a Holden Head, and I would have bought them. I like 15mm as a scale. I do. I got a soft spot for 28s, but 15 you get the detail of a 28, but portability. Like I have thousands of like Romans and Celts because I did Watling Street once, and they're just like you fit the whole army in a couple of boxes, man. You know, it's done. Angel may try to run a one-shot a Ravenloft game this year. That's a good idea. That's actually a really good idea. Brian says, Castle Spulzir is a good one shot, and Forgotten Realms Ravenloft crossover. I typically like running Call of Cthulhu on Halloween. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with like Ravenloft. I own Ravenloft. It's very appropriate. But you all know that I have a soft spot for Call of Cthulhu. Trusty Sword, Vincent Price's daughter, will be one of the featured guests. Alright. You're slaying me. You're slaying me. Hold on, I gotta make notes. Alright, and HP Lovecraft Fest. Get tickets. Ticket. Alright, gotta do it. Yeah, I know, Brian, right? It's just, not often, but occasionally I mention Call of Cthulhu. Like, I played it here and there, you know? So the crazy thing is, so here's the honest truth. When I moved to the United States, I kind of stopped playing, like, everything, right? For a good while. And then just like drawing this little road here. So I stopped playing like everything, and then when I came up to Portland, I was like, enough of this shit. I wanna play games. So I found a group, and we were playing Dungeons and Dragons. Back then it was like edition, like 3rd edition and 3.5, right? Then at some point we were playing Pathfinder, and in amongst all of this, I don't play any other game, like at all. I still haven't played Call of Cthulhu, you know. I still haven't played Shadowrun, and these are games I actually really, really love. And it was only recently, we had a little bit of a shake-up in the group. And I've bought all my Call of Cthulhu books from home. I bought a whole bunch more of earlier editions. They came out with 7th edition, and I backed that. So I ended up with this huge stack, 2 shelves of Call of Cthulhu, still not playing it. And it was only because we had a little bit of a shake-up in our group that I was like, guys, can I possibly, like, you know, run a Call of Cthulhu here? I really like it. But at that point, I'd not played for 20 years. And they agreed, and they've been really enjoying it. I'm running the Masks campaign. I've got some great props, and that's it. They're converted. The group is down now, and they are quite happy to play Call of Cthulhu. But I had a big layoff. Well, it isn't Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. Isn't that what it is? So I'm playing 7th. How is the publisher liking Rikadon? I don't know. Haven't shown him. I felt, honestly, because I hadn't done much, that there was nothing worth sharing. So maybe after tonight... And you notice I didn't share anything on social media either. There's no point when it's just some black and white lines in the middle of a piece of paper. But after tonight, maybe we'll show something on social media. Maybe we'll show the clients, let them sort of kind of weigh in. You, Angel, talking about converting Pathfinder 2nd edition or games to Pathfinder 2nd edition. That's one thing though that I feel very comfortable doing with Call of Cthulhu. You know, because while you know some things in the rules have changed, The system is basically the same freaking system, right? It's a little bit like you grabbing a D20 version of a scenario. Converting that to Pathfinder 2nd, it's not going to be that hard. The spirit of the systems are the same there. And I think it's even easier with Call of Cthulhu. Because it's not like... Yes, there's monster stat blocks. Yes, there are spell stat blocks. But they're like a secondary thing. It's almost like they're not freaking important. So there's, I would say, way less to convert. It's a story-based game, I think. Which means I can pick up a scenario written for 3rd edition, and I guarantee that I could run it, and I could run it on the fly too, without having to convert anything in advance. I like that about it. Oops, that was pretty shit. Let's do that instead. Well, what makes it even more complex, Angel, is of course I play Shadowrun as well, and Shadowrun was 5th edition, or is 5th edition. They've obviously just come out with 6th edition, and even I get them mixed up all of the time. Let's create our plaza here, where we are going to do tents, because we always do a little tent area. Nice. Nice. With Pathfinder 2, says Angel, being a whole new beast, it would be difficult to convert all the D20 material to it. Pathfinder 2 has a fundamental difference to 1A. I will be curious to hear all about it, Angel. Maybe one day I'll even play it. I gotta be honest with you, and I hate myself for saying this, because I never thought that I would. But I've kind of, I've got a little bit bored of fantasy settings. I'll play them, and I do. I've got a friend that's actually running Ravenloft right now. We're doing 5th edition for that. But I'm actually kind of bored of just fantasy, and I never thought I would say that. It was my go-to all of the time. Maybe I just need to get my Shadowrun and my Call of Cthulhu and that type of stuff out of my system, but right now I'm thirsty for just different games, you know? Different settings. It's like even in computer games, I'm a little bit jaded with just fantasy. And I can't tell you why. I'm way more excited at the prospect of Cyberpunk next year than, let's say, if they're in the new Dragon Age. Sean, thank you for the subscription. That is extremely appreciated. I would say that it gets more interesting in this, Sean, and maybe it does one day when it's a completely different stream. But we try. Then occasionally I remember to... I've got to add that command, Angel. I still need to do that. So you can do exclamation zoom out. So I can actually show you what I've been working on here. Angel asks, Alyssa, have you seen the TV series Once Upon a Time? No. Yeah, we need to get the wine one hooked up so it plays music and emails Jack at the same time. I love a good urban fantasy story. When you consider that I've been writing material for, let's call it Dungeons and Dragons, various low fantasy, high fantasy campaigns, maybe 3 or 4 major campaigns, some lasting 2-3 years, all in the same world, spanning multiple ages of man. I would say I'm right there with you. You know, the sheer volume of information I've written and I've GM'd, and I don't know if it's an old age thing, but just something recently kind of changed in me, and my tastes in game have changed. I think maybe temporarily. I think part of it is I'm bored of, and this is going to sound terrible, I'm about to go to Rikadon. I'm about to play like a whole bunch of Dungeons and Dragons. But I get bored now of, like, you know, just having a D20 in front of me. And maybe part of that is, like, you know, Shadowrun with, like, 25d6. Anything compared to that is kind of, like, you know, normal. I don't know how to explain it. Angel says, if you like urban fantasy, I would definitely suggest checking out Once Upon a Time. I will. For sure. I don't watch a huge amount of TV, but I definitely do, like, the whole TV on demand, you know, whether it be Netflix, Amazon, or what have you. I love what the modern world has become in that respect. Maybe a couple of times a week, you know, go downstairs, watch something. We've been watching Woo Assassins recently. I love where modern TV is going now. And I don't mean cable companies, fuck cable companies. But I love, not so much the video on demand aspect of it, but I just love what the likes of Netflix and so on are actually doing. I think with obviously the success of Marvel and the success of Game of Thrones, companies are willing to explore ideas where previously, you know, they just would have got laughed off the table. And I think we are on the verge of some good shows. I just got done watching The Boys. God damn, that was a good show. Oops. Angel, I don't think the boys would be your cup of tea. It's pretty brutal. As I'm getting older, I'm finding I'm watching less movies and more TV series. But it's really good TV series, right? Yeah, and like modern TV, well, regular TV with the saturation of commercials, it's like, excuse my French, fuck off. They annoy me. They annoy me. You get like 9 minutes of TV, then 6 minutes of commercials, or some are way worse than that. It's like, what the hell? No, I'm not doing this. Charge me a subscription like Netflix. There, don't show me commercials. Just show me shows, and on my terms when I want to watch them. Much prefer that. I don't know how cable companies are going to compete with that unless they get on board with it, you know? I think cable is old world. Things don't work that way anymore. It's the way of the dinosaurs. Alright, so what I'm doing now, I should be like letting everyone know. So what I'm doing here is, I think one thing that was missing off the original map is this whole area here would have warehouses and stuff on it. And cranes and shit like that. So I'm adding some larger warehouse-like structures along this dockyard. That's what we're doing. Additionally, my brain, like, the composition that I feel I should have is some buildings like petering out in this direction. I don't think it should end here, the town, and that's what it's currently doing. So we're probably going to bring our buildings out a little bit here, then we're going to peter them out in this sort of general direction. By the size I'm drawing these buildings, this will feel a lot denser, generally. And we're going to start to feel like it is about 2,000 people, which will be the magic mark. And then I think once we've got our buildings in place, then I'll start looking at, you know, coming up like these areas, getting like this temple in place and so on and so forth. We're probably going to add a couple more villas, maybe even on this side too. Like, there'll be one there for sure, but we'll probably do like maybe another couple out there a little bit. That's generally where we're going with this. But right now, I kind of got myself distracted a little bit because I was trying to frame this so we could draw this area, and then I ended up somehow kind of coming this direction. But I do that all the time. But we're really close, so you know what? Let's get the last of our warehouses in place here. Zombie fish market. Yeah, we'll do a fish market. We'll get some little fish drying areas. Angel, I did forget your villa with the private graveyard. So you know what we're gonna do, Angel? We're gonna do it up here. It's a little bit tradition now, Angel, that you have got your influence on every one of my maps. It's like I can't do a map now unless there's a little bit of you on it. Sorry, patrons. I can't release this map yet. I need Angel's input. Hope you understand. Ta-ta for now. You are part of the process, Angel. You are absolutely part of the process. I love it when everyone gives their ideas, their input. Like we brainstorm on how something should look or what should be on a map. And of all of those moments, Angel, you are the one that brings the most ideas. Ever since that Vauban fortress, right? Look how much of you is in that Vauban. Alright, so that's, I think that will do for our warehouses. We don't want warehouses to overnumber the number of actual sort of buildings in here. So let's come back to our little fish market. I kind of like the spirit of what they're trying to do here by making this an irregular shape. So let's embrace that for a moment. Because if we could do this, maybe tonight we'll actually complete the fish market. That'd be nice. The original map is not a bad map. I do quite like many aspects of what they were trying to do with it. Quite a bit. Alright. Let's draw some tents. Let's draw some tents. And a statue in the center there. There we go. I'm gonna make it a slightly bigger market than that too. My tents are gonna be smaller. Zombie says, right next to the whale processing station. Oh. You know, I actually like that idea. Hold on a sec. I mean, the description I've got mentions nothing about a whale processing station, but hold on. Some kind of, like, large factory type thing here outside of town. Maybe a little further over. I kind of like that idea. That could be an interesting addition. And then that way there would actually be some little sort of harbours and shit. Here, some piers. Maybe a big like sluiceway. Like coming in here, that could be actually kind of fun to do. Trusty Sword says, and for use by the hobby cook. Astos. Everyone in town is going to be sick then. What with the whale processing plant out of there over there? What about over here? What about like over that side? Kind of have like a little purpose for this sort of pathway, like away from everything. Get like an industrial sort of area where they could sort of drag like, you know, whales in and stuff. That's my whale right there. Trusty Swords, when in Iceland, I found out about fish leather. That would also be cool. I like where you're going with this, Trusty. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking maybe we're going to do something over there. I'm thinking we're going to do it. This is why I like hanging out with you guys and girls. Angel says, if the lamp oil got in the food, then yes, everyone would get sick. I think we're going to do some kind of big processing area down here. I really kind of like the idea. I think it would add a lot of visual interest to the map, and I've not drawn one before. I think it will look really kind of cool. So we're going to do it, alright? We're doing this bad boy. What do we do behind the tents? We do a little cart, maybe some crates and barrels that the merchants have got. And the processing center says Angel would give a reason for the large populace, especially for jobs to be filled. I agree. I think it would be really kind of nice. So Locatori had us drawing a military wharf and dockyard, right, and shipyard. We've not done one of those before. We ended up drawing a lumber yard on top, and I loved it. I think right here we'll do some kind of fish processing plant. Likewise, never drawn one before. It will be fun to do. I like to create little islands with the tents. Areas where later on we're going to colour these pathways in between them. So for example, we'll have like a little pathway coming in now. I'm drawing out my ink layer, it doesn't matter. We'll do a little pathway coming in here. Little fire with some logs around it, a little cart, some stock at the back of the building here. We're going to do the whole thing like that. And that would be a nice little marketplace right there. That's going to look pretty styling. The original, well, it's got like 12 tents. 12 tents for a population of 3,000. It feels a little small. There were more in that little tiny town in Braveheart, you know? So we're just gonna not make it feel like a metropolis. That would be too much. Just busier. Just busier. Like there's a little bit more going on. I think the description of this place, I read it out on stream the other day. The description described it as like the largest town or the largest city in this part with a population between 3 and 5,000 or 2 and 5,000 or 2 and 4,000 or something like that. So I kind of wanted it to feel like a regional town. Not a village, and the previous drawing of this map felt a little village-like to me. So let's fix that. This will look nice. This will look nice. Especially all coloured. Trusty sword. Trusty sword. I'm going to click a link right now. Something's going to come up on the screen. The question is, do we trust Trusty sword? Now, someone that has to tell you that he should be trusted, as a trusted sword, probably can't be trusted. Which means that when I click on this, it's going to be a picture of Bumhole or something like that. But let's find out. High fashion Icelandic fish leather. Fish leather. Wow. Fish leather. I didn't know there was such a thing. Wow. Well, hi, Mr. Fish Tie Guy. Okay. Wow. Wow. I was going to say, that's not fish leather, it looks furry. But I have questions. That looks so Icelandic right there. Alright. Fish leather shoe. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Fish leather. Aesot. Trusty sword, never thought you could do that with fishes. I know, right? It's kind of crazy. Orc tents are us out of a whale. Yeah, 100%. You know one thing I love about this channel? We learn shit all of the time. There's so much going on in this channel from a learning perspective. There are a lot of very intelligent people in this channel. I'm not one of them. I'm just sponging off you. I love it. I really do. I swear I learned something every stream. Alright, time check. I'm probably going to finish this marketplace, I think. And then we'll probably end the stream there. Tomorrow night we're going to come back on this. I think we're just going to work this one this week. Because it is a short week from a mapping perspective. And then we'll do some ad hoc streaming. I'm going to try and do some ad hoc streaming while I'm at ReaperCon. Because it'd be kind of fun to do. But there will be no mapping then until next Monday. Now next Monday, I think we will come back to Keystone Reforged and this one. Now there is also another map, and I don't know the name of it, that I need to actually colour for someone for September. So it may be that I actually dig that one out and we colour Keystone and that other one, and we draw on this and we do that for the next few weeks. I think that's where my head is at. Alright. Let's do one there. Yeah, we'll leave that lamp. I think that's good. I think that's good. I think those tents are a more appropriate size too. So Angel, you asked before, have I shared anything with the client yet? And the answer is no, because like when you look at it, it doesn't look like there's enough to share. But I think this is probably at a point now where I should say, okay, I'm kind of working on it. This is where we're at. So the plan to, whale processing plant to one side is obviously there is going to be pretty much this type of thing with actual buildings. And we're going to kind of, I think, do something a little bit maybe like this, maybe. And I think that's going to be about the size of this one. I think that might be a reasonable size. Then, of course, we've got like a large temple up here and there's like a large temple up here type of deal. Then the rest of it, we're gonna add some farms and some trees, etc. That's kind of where we're at. Angel says, fish leather purses too. Weird. And no smell. Not when not coloured. Just looks like salmon. That's so weird. But clearly they got the technique down. That's so weird. But I mean, like a country like Iceland, of course they would like lean heavily on fish like that. I've never heard of it. Is this going to have shipyards? Probably not, Angel. It is not Lukatoy. Lukatoy is well known for having a ship industry. This one not. I think maybe we could do like a small place like here. I envisaged like in this area, you know, having like some boats up here. But it would be way less formal, more fishing boats, you know what I'm saying? So maybe they make some fishing boats and things like that, canoes, but they don't make galleys and shit like that here. At least from what I've read. Maybe I should actually send this to the client, because the last time I sent Locatoy to the client, remember, he was like, this is great, but where's the shipyard? And I was like, oh, there's meant to be a shipyard? And that's when he gave me the description. So maybe I should send this to him so he can go, this is great, where's the shipyard? With luck, maybe he'll turn around and go, this is great, where's the whale processing centre? Hey, I got you sorted. Alright, zombie, get out. Get out. Go on. Hang your head, and go. Don't turn around. Go on. Go on. Angel does the dad jokes around here, and the bad puns. Don't need two of you doing it. Yeah, that's why you keep on doing them, isn't it, Angel? In fact, Angel, one year I went to the coast with family, and it was a game that was all about making up bad puns. You would have been at home, girl. You would have been at home. Alright, anyway, look. I think that's a good point to end it. I mean, it's about 20 minutes earlier than I would normally end it, but that's a good stopping point right there. I think I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to send it to the client. I'm going to say, okay, is there anything major I need to know about this place? That's what we're going to do, because I did start the stream a little bit earlier tonight. So, everyone, just a quick recap. I am streaming again tomorrow night on this same map. We're going to push hard on getting as much of the actual main town done as possible. Wednesday, I am flying. I don't know how much of a stream we're going to do Wednesday evening, but maybe I'll do a quick one just to show you the pizza party. Then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I am at ReaperCon. If you're going to ReaperCon, look me up. I'd love to give you a hug, okay? Maybe we'll play some games together. I'm going to try and stream a little bit here and there at ReaperCon. I can't see me holding up a phone for 4 hours during a D&D game, but I might. So that's what's happening. And then next Monday, business as usual, and it's like that then for September and October. For 2 more months then, it is nothing but good old mapping until the next convention, okay? So next Monday, we're going to stream for about 4, 5, 6 hours, okay? Thereabouts. And we're going to we're just going to have fun. And we're going to do some colouring too, so you can actually see my colouring work. So that's what we're doing. Tonight, I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to go and get myself something to eat. I love you all. Thanks for hanging out. All of you. Every person on the stream today was freaking awesome. I seriously love every single one of you. So this is where we're going to end it. I'm going to send this to the client. And tomorrow night, let's all get back around here and let's see what the client said. And let's see if we've got the green light just to keep on going as we're going, okay? And Angel says, you need a tripod for your phone. I have a tripod for my phone. So, should be good, right? I think I have a tripod. Whether it works for my phone, I don't know. Probably not. I'll figure something out. Alright guys, girls, I'm out. I love you all. Thanks for hanging out. I'm quitting now. I'll be back tomorrow night, okay? We'll do it all over again.